We're going past the Aravaipa avocado, past Supai, and toward the rabbit enclosure. We're gonna go see Chubbs. That's him, the big fat Flemish giant who's hungry all the time. Chubbs, right Chubbs? And people often ask me, Jake, what's Chubbs for? If every animal and plant has a purpose in your yard, what's Chubbs for? Well, here's what he's for. He's for love. We pet him and he makes my soul feel good. But he's also doggy TV for Supai. Supai will sit there and watch him all day. And also he puts down a bunch of rabbit pellets and fur. And this rabbit fertilizer and his hair is going to become some nutrients for my garden. So let's go see how I'm going to use this today as I plant a few dozen sweet pepper plants. So here's the part of the living wall which guards my pool and blocks my pool from my tortoise. And I'm going to plant these sweet cherry sweet pepper plants right here. I got a couple 3-packs, 4 different 3-packs, and I got this bag full of fertilizer next to Supai here. And inside this fertilizer is a little bit of leftover coconut core, coconut husk inside there, the brown coconut core. And I'm going to add this shovelful of Chubbs' litter inside there. And then I'm going to shake it up. Okay, now that it's all shaken up, we're going to stump it right here in this open spot. That's what it looks like. Coconut core with some rabbit pellets. And I've heard that rabbit pellets are full of nitrogen, but not as harsh as chicken manure. So it's less harsh than chicken poop. So we're gonna just take my hand here, which I'll wash later, and I'll just spread this stuff out along the top layer. And there we go. That's how it looks. And we're gonna plant just directly into that and then put wood chips on top of the plants. So let's get to planting. So now's the time to plant your pepper plants for the spring and summer. I'm going to plant a wide variety of different sweet peppers because I want to be the Bill Gates of sweet peppers this coming summertime. I found last summer that my sweet pepper plants grew all summer long without any problem. They never were susceptible to the intense heat, and they gave me fruit and peppers all summer long and even into the fall until the freeze happened. So they were really, really prolific. And it's important to get them in the ground now because that'll give them ample time during the spring weather here to get their roots extended out into the surrounding soil and allow them to have some good root protection for the summertime. I've got these pepper plants that I got from a local nursery just about a mile from my house, and they're called a pimento sweet pepper. I've got this pepper plant called a sweet cherry. And those are the 2 varieties I'm going to put in this section right here. I like these 3-packs and 6-packs because I find that the pepper plant will grow a lot bigger pretty quickly. And so you kind of get 3 times as many plants for the price of one, only $1.69 per 3-pack. So it was a good deal at the nursery by my house here in Tempe. If you have the choice, I would suggest going to Suzanne Velarde's place at velardegardens.com. and go find her at one of the markets in town and buy the Velarde Garden starts because they're the best. But I didn't have Suzanne nearby, and I wanted to get these different varieties in the ground. So I'm going to dig little holes here. And what I found last year was that I planted the pepper plants too far apart. So this year I'm going to try and experiment. I'm going to plant these peppers really, really close together. And I'm hoping that they'll still be okay. So we'll try and experiment together, and I'll come back to you guys in a couple months and I'll show you the progress. I'm going to plant them about 1 inch above the base of the plant in the soil. With tomato plants and pepper plants, it's okay to bury them a little bit deep. My tomatoes, I almost bury them halfway down, and I take all these low leaves off. I'll have a video about that later. But for the peppers, I just, wherever the soil line is, I plant them about 1 inch below that and they do quite well. I'm gonna get to planting here, and I'll see you guys back here in about 5 minutes. So there you have it. That's how they look in their current state. I've already got some other pepper plants here to the right of them. I got 1, 2, 3 on the row on the right, and then 4, 5, 6 in the row on the left. And now I've got 4 different rows times 3 columns back. So I got 12 plants in this little area. And so we're giving each plant about a square foot of space. And we're going to try to see if that's enough space this summer. So I will give you guys an update video soon at our channel. If you guys subscribe, you'll see the video coming up in a month or 2 when we put the update video up. But these are the 2 varieties that I just planted. One is called Sweet Cherry. And I had these last year in my garden. Let me tell you guys, they're fantastic. They really are super sweet. And these ones called Pimento. They're both sweet peppers. I really recommend getting your starts, your plants from Suzanne Velarde, because she's a great grower and she grows in town. And so from this time of seed until you're buying the plant from her, they grew in Phoenix area conditions. So that's why they're the best plant starts, because she uses really good soil, and she also grows from seed here in town. But once in a while I branch out and get a few plants elsewhere, and I hope Suzanne doesn't take offense. Now I'll show you how I finish these guys off. There's 2 more steps. I got a nice fresh load of wood chips here. And that's the first of the 2 really important steps to finish this planting. So I'm going to take a handful of wood chips like this and just tuck it around the base of each of these pepper plants. If you guys think about it, when you drive your car in the Phoenix area in the summertime, even in the springtime or fall, you guys put one of those windshield shades inside your car over the windshield to keep your car cooler. We have blinds on our windows to keep our house cooler. We do everything we can to keep the heat and the sun off of our life, but then we put our plants just directly in the ground. So I find that this wood chip idea is the most important thing to do if you want your plants to grow all summer, because it really will protect the roots from the intense heat of the Sonoran Desert in the summertime. But if you notice, I did not put the wood chips inside the soil, because if I did that, it would leach the nitrogen out of the soil, because the wood chips are very high in carbon. So I'm only putting them on top of the soil as a way to keep the roots cool, as a way to prevent the moisture from evaporating too quickly. So this keeps the roots more wet, meaning I can use less water and I have to water less. But as the wood chips break down over the course of the season, so many beneficial microbes will be born in my soil, making the conditions beneath the soil much more conducive of plant growth and plant health. So that's how we look right there. 12 plants here, 9 plants here. That's 21 pepper plants in this small little area right here. I have my blue cornflower plant here, some strawberry plants there, and got a little bit of permaculture companion planting going on. And then of course the second most important part of this is to water the plants right after you plant them. I definitely do not water the plants while they're still in their pots before I plant them, because I don't want to overwater the roots. So I put them in kind of dry, a little bit dry. Usually the nurseries that have them kind of underwater them, so they're a little too dry anyways. And now I put them in the ground, and so the first thing I do is I give them a good soak, good drink, and that's going to enable all the nutrients from the compost and soil that I have to really flush into those roots and give these plants kind of a super smoothie explosion of nutrients. Like if you come to my house, you get to have a smoothie, and then you almost get high off the nutrients from the kale and such. I'm going to do the same thing for these pepper plants here. So a nice watering, all that new compost and nutrients going to the roots, and we'll have some happy plants. So if you think about it, I only spent about $6 on these plants. And I'll literally pull off probably 12 or more enormous looking peppers off each plant, and the sweet cherry plants will give me dozens and dozens and dozens of delicious red sweet cherry peppers. So I think it's a pretty good $6 investment. What do you guys think? Thanks for watching this episode. Make sure if you guys like episodes like this, smash the thumbs up button and leave me a comment down below. Hope you found some inspiration with this video, and don't forget that I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But if you're willing to watch, through the School of Hard Knocks, I'm willing to learn. I'll see you guys back here next time.